So you wish to hear of the Wargs, those dreaded wolves of the wilds, the cruel mounts of the Orc folk, and the terrors that haunt the shadowed vales? Then come, friend. The fire is warm, and the night still. Let the stars keep watch above us, and I shall speak. I am Cerfindol of the House of Rivendell, and I have walked the hidden paths of Middle-earth for many long years. And among the darkest of memories etched into my mind are the Wargs and the savage beasts who ride them. Wargs are not mere wolves. They are twisted things, bred of dark sorcery and malice, and from what I gather, their origins lay lost in the dim mists of the Elder Days. Some say Morgoth himself, in the deep pits of Angband, first bred them from wolves and imbued them with a cruel, mocking will. Whether this be truth or dark legend, I cannot say, but I have seen more than enough to believe it. A warg stands nearly the height of a great horse, its coat matted and coarse, black or dun or mottled grey. Their eyes are cunning and burn red in moonlight. They speak in their own tongue, guttural and filled with snarls. And there's even some, likely the oldest and most wicked among the packs, that can understand the black speech of Mordor. They are hunters of the intelligent sort, stalking not just with tooth and claw, but with calculation. Wild Wargs roam the mountains and forests, mostly in the north and east, cold places where the memory of Angmar still clings like frost to stone. But they are not always wild, for there are those trained by Orcs and worse, broken into the service of the Shadow. The Orcs who ride Wargs are a breed apart, leaner, meaner and more wolfish themselves. In Isengard, Saruman bred them deliberately, mixing the cruelest of Orcs with the fastest of beasts. His Uruk-hai, foul spawn of Orc and darker things, preferred discipline and sword lines. But the scouts and trackers? They were the Warg-riders, fast, vicious and tireless. Their days are consumed by war and the hunt. They sleep in shifts, if at all, nestled beneath outcroppings or in the roots of trees, forever watchful and eager to devour. They eat raw meat more often than cooked, and they revel in blood, and laughter among them is rare, more often replaced by snarls and the cracking of bone. The Orcs keep the Wargs in submission through pain and domination, sharp iron bridles, cruel hooks, and spiked harnesses. But some say the Wargs allow it only because it suits their nature. They do not love their masters. They use them just as they are used. For theirs is a partnership of mutual malice. Warg packs hunt like wolves, but more strategically. They will drive prey into dead ends, set traps with fallen logs, or cut off escape paths with sheer numbers. They howl in unison, not only to communicate, but to terrify, to sap the courage from man, elf and dwarf alike. In taming them, the Orcs use blood from their last kill. They approach cautiously and allow the Wargs to taste the blood, then drive it mad with hunger and beat it back into submission. The strongest survive and learn their place reluctantly. The rest become food, or worse, toys for the Orcs' own amusement. Saruman and Sauron both used Wargs in their wars. In the north, scouts of the Misty Mountains rode them in search of travelers. The company of Thorin Oakenshield, as told in the Red Book, were nearly burned alive by Warg-riders before the eagles swept down from the heavens. In the War of the Ring, Wargs harried the Rohirrim and scouted the edges of Gondor, striking with speed, and then fading into the hills before any could follow. I myself fought wargs in the Troll Shores, not far from Rivendell. They came in winter, their breath fogging the air like smoke. We lost 3 scouts before we hunted them back to their den, a black hollow beneath a ridge that reeked of death and despair. There we found bones of beast and man, piled in grim monuments to their cruelty. I slew the leader myself, an ancient beast scarred by a dozen battles, and as I did so, it laughed when I struck and fell down howling in rage. In Isengard, Warg-riders formed the vanguard of Saruman's host. He sent them forth without mercy, ordering them to attack helpless villages and scatter the innocent Rohirrim people into the wilds, into places where few could hear their screams. In Mordor, the Great Eye used wargs sparingly, but to terrifying effect. They guarded the Ethel Duath and patrolled the wild lands east of Anduin. After the fall of Osgiliath, wargs ranged near Minas Tirith itself, their howls sowing fear in the hearts of men. And in the Battle of the Pelennor Fields, though few wargs were seen, it is said that orc warlords utilized them as mounts from which they could bark orders and punishments to all who marched beneath them. Such is the ferocity of these dire beasts that even now my heart aches with the memory of their untamed savagery. But alas, the dominion of the ring is over now, and evil quickly flees into the shadows it once thrived in. But let us not falter the watch now, for there will forever be threats in the hills, hungry eyes glowing in the dark, and the snarling of wild beasts beyond the campfires. So let us be wary, and let us be strong for the many roads ahead, for whatever evil may befall us. I hope my words have stirred some wisdom in you, for now you know, friend, wargs are not just beasts, nor orcs mere savages. Together they are a weapon of fear and death, forged in the foundries of shadow and torment. But take heart. For every shadow, there is a light, and though the wargs still prowl, their masters have been broken. The White Hand is crushed, and the Dark Tower fallen. Yet the wild wargs remain, and always will, I fear. So sleep with your sword close, and your ears keen to the night wind. And should you hear a howl that chills the blood, remember this. It may not be a mere wolf that sings to the moon. Now, toss another log on the fire, if you will. The night is long, and I have much to ponder. But rest easy, and we shall share more tales in the days to come.